Did you know that you can get keto items at Dollar Tree? And keto items that aren't just complete trash. You can actually do a serious budget keto shopping trip at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if you could get a full haul, everything that you need, but let's go find what's in there. I bet you we'll find some interesting stuff if we look hard enough. Let's see if there's anything in the candy section. Let's see, let's take a look. Highly doubt it, but it's worth a shot. Wow, you can see there's definitely a whole row dedicated to candy at the Dollar Tree. Maybe not the best thing. The thing about Dollar Tree is you have to look, okay, because they rotate their stock all the time. They always change the things that they have. So you just have to look carefully and you have to come back frequently. But there are seriously some hidden gems in here. I found some really impressive things, especially when it comes down to like the nut butters and stuff like that. Every once in a while, they just have a crazy cool rotation. So let's see. Nice thing is everything's pretty consolidated. So let's see what they got here. Seriously? Look at, I just found wild salmon for a buck. A buck. This is actually wild caught salmon. Just look at this. We've got pink salmon, sodium. Okay, it does have a little bit of a preservative in it, but if you're on a budget, this is the way to go. Wild salmon fillet. Get your omega-3s in. No excuse that you can't do that. Now, the other fish that they have, not so much. Okay, they've got tilapia, which you definitely don't want to be having. That stuff is riddled with toxins and antibiotics. But then we also have shrimp. Check this out. Okay, $1 for a serving of shrimp. Now, if I had to choose, I would go for the salmon instead of the shrimp. The nice thing about the shellfish is you do get some additional zinc and some additional things like that. So I'm actually going to grab one just for the sake of it. Now let's take a look at the veggies. This frozen section is awesome. Word to the wise, get frozen veggies. Okay, generally they're flash frozen, which means a lot of the actual antioxidant properties and vitamins are preserved right when they pick it. They pick it, they freeze it, versus picking it, going on a truck, oxidizing. So for a buck, I can get some really good stuff. And check this out, I found some riced cauliflower, which are perfect for keto. And the nice thing is, cauliflower is one of those things that you don't have to be super concerned with getting an organic. So I'm gonna get one of those. And then broccoli cuts or a winter blend or a California blend. Oh my gosh, asparagus? That is not a bad deal. Like, I will spend $3 or $4 for a similar amount at Trader Joe's. So $1, I just got some asparagus. And then for another $1, I'm gonna get a winter blend that has my cruciferous vegetables in it. Okay, I'm already getting way more excited than I thought I was gonna get on this, because this is super cool, because the cruciferous veggies are usually a little bit more expensive. Cruciferous veggies are great on keto because they help you out with that estrogen modulation, but also something called sulforaphane, which is very, very, very good for you as far as antioxidant properties, but also allowing your body to produce glutathione, which is very important for detoxing, because when you are starting keto, fats are liberated from your fatty tissue and that could release toxins. So we want to get those cruciferous vegetables, the broccoli, the cauliflower, the kale, stuff like that. They help out a ton. Let's see what else they have. One thing I would probably steer clear from at Dollar Tree is going to be the Dollar Tree eggs. You're probably going to do more damage than you would good by getting those. But they do have some other interesting things. Like they have some cream cheese and they have some pepper jack that I want to check out. Let's take a look. Pasteurized milk, red and green jalapeno peppers, cheese cultures, salt, pretty clean. I've seen worse stuff at Walmart. I've seen worse stuff at Costco. So this is okay. I'm going to go for this. This is not bad at all. Not the highest quality, but it's Dollar Tree. We're spending $1 on it. If we can get like a week's worth of food for 10, 15, 20 bucks, then I'm going to be happy. I don't think we're going to find our good meat sources here though. Super cool find. I just came across this is awesome because these are normally at the airport. These are normally at the airport for like $4. Okay, this is so cool. These P3 portable snacks. Okay, this one's chicken, peanuts, and cheddar. Let's avoid that one. Let's go for the, well, okay, I'll take cashews over peanuts because cashews are a little cleaner. Peanuts are a legume, very high omega-6. Phytates aren't super high omega-6, but they are, excuse me, cashews aren't super high omega-6, but they are high in phytic acid. I'd rather have that than peanut though. So ham, Colby Jack, and cashews. That is such a cool little snack. $1 for that. By the way, quick thing to mention, if you're trying keto and you're liking pasta, or I'm Italian, so I like pasta, right? Check out Natural Heaven down below in the description. They have, through Amazon, through anything like that, you can get lasagna noodles, all kinds of stuff that are totally keto friendly. It may sound like it's not the best bang for the buck at first, but no, trust me, it is, because you can have this pasta and you can drape anything over it. So you can get inexpensive marinara, you can get inexpensive meat, whatever, and feel like you're having a more gourmet dish. So check out Natural Heaven down below. It is pasta made from hearts of palm, so completely keto friendly, completely awesome in one ingredient. So they're a big supporter of this channel, so highly recommend check them out down below in the description. You do not want to miss out on that. Trust me. Okay, they're super awesome. I'm gonna get back to the haul in a second. Just want to say big thank you to them and make sure you check them out. At first glance, you say, wait a minute, there's albacore. This is good stuff. Well, let me tell you something about albacore. Albacore is much higher in mercury and much higher in those things. So what we want to do is we want to go for the chunk light, which is usually cheaper. Now, I don't know if this is $1 or if it's 2 for $1 or whatever, but I'm going to get a few of them. Chunk light's generally okay. You just want to make sure you get chunk light in water, not in oil. Get it in the water and you're going to be much better off. You're not going to have the weird fatty acid profile. So in this case, I'm just going to get 2. I'm going to guess, I don't see a price anywhere. They're probably 2 for $1 or something like that. But anyhow, go for that. Don't go for the albacore one. Let's take a look at the sardines. Okay, so if we go for sardines, which are one of the most omega-3 rich foods that you could ever possibly eat, do not get the ones that are in soybean oil. The nice thing is Dollar Tree has these ones that are in mustard sauce. Okay, so look at the ingredients here. We have sardines, we've got mustard, some spices, some xanthan gum, some turmeric. These are actually really, really clean. So I'm going to just get one of these just to demonstrate. Okay, that, I know it's not perfect, but if you're on a budget, that's a meal. You don't need to be eating super high class all the time. This is going to be clean keto. I'm not getting garbage. I'm getting halfway decent stuff. Okay, and yes, pink salmon, wild caught for $1. Okay, look at the ingredients of this. Wild caught pink salmon. Okay, people spend like $5, $6 for wild caught salmon in a can. Again, this is a meal. Is it not perfect? It's not perfect, but it's $1. I knew I was going to come in here and find a few things, but I'm pretty stoked on what I'm finding so far. Now I'm getting over to the canned veggies and things like that, because I think we can find some stuff. Maybe some soup, maybe. You see what we got here. Okay, not looking real good. Hey, I don't recommend, by the way, this white chicken in a can. Let me show you why. Cooked white chicken meat, then a bunch of other stuff. Salt, modified food starch, sodium phosphates. Not the best stuff. Let's just avoid that. French style green beans you could go for. I feel like if you're getting your frozen veggies, you're probably in better shape, so no real need to get that stuff unless you really want it. Sweet peas are not keto. This vegetable blend is not keto. Beets are not keto. A lot of this stuff is not keto. Corn, definitely not. Carrots, not. Potatoes, definitely not. Okay, time to move on to the, ooh, what's this? Oh no, there's more green beans, more peas. You can find in this can section here. Okay. Ooh, here's something. Coconut milk. Okay, again, $1 for this. Normally you go to a store, you're going to pay $3 or $4 for like organic coconut cream. The thing with coconut milk is you're going to get your MCTs. You can't afford MCT oil? Not a big deal. Go for this stuff, okay? First of all, the oil's going to separate, so you're going to end up with good quality fats from it. But we've got 7 grams of fat in 80 milliliters. So 1/5 of this, 7 grams of fat, most of it coming from coconut, or the lauric acid coming from coconut oil. Super low carbohydrate. The carbohydrates are mainly coming from the fiber that you're going to see in the pulp of the coconut. I'm going to get one of these because this is, again, I could add this to my protein shake. I could add it to something just to give myself a bit more calories. Who says you can't do clean keto? And here's another thing. Check this out. Okay, I just found 100% pure pumpkin. This is not sweetened. Okay, 5 grams of fiber in it. 1 ingredient, pumpkin. You mix that with a little bit of this coconut milk and a little bit of stevia, and you have a delicious keto treat that is super rich in prebiotic fibers. Again, we have 5 grams of fiber, all prebiotic fibers. There's a reason you give pumpkin to your dog when they have a bellyache. It helps them with their gut. It helps them with growing their gut bacteria. This is incredible. I never would have thought I would have grabbed this much stuff. Okay, I'm already off to a tremendous start. So we've got the pumpkin, we've got the coconut. I didn't see any marinara that would really work here. It's all got a lot of sugar added to it. Let's find some salt here, see if they've got anything. Okay, lots of seasonings. Oh my gosh, really? Pink Himalayan salt. Okay, look at this. We want to get the pink Himalayan salt in a situation like this because we don't want the iodized salt. It's been stripped of all the other minerals just so that they have sodium chloride, and then they add iodine to it simply because that's needed right now. People feel like they're deficient in iodine. The pink Himalayan salt is going to give you the mineral profile that you need. If you're doing keto, what happens is your electrolytes get out of whack because the kidneys expel water as a result of low insulin levels. So you have to replenish your minerals. But in this case, we have pink Himalayan salt, which is very high quality stuff. A bag like this would go at Whole Foods for maybe like $8. So this is much better. They do have these Perriers, but if you're shopping at Dollar Tree, I mean, unless you want to splurge, I don't necessarily recommend getting a Perrier. If you're fasting, it is something that's fasting friendly, and it's really, really fun to sip on that because it feels like you're actually getting a little treat while you're fasting. These energy drinks, they are going to be keto friendly, but I wouldn't recommend them. Here's an interesting aisle. It's a little bit more of like the condiments and things like that. See if we can find something here. Let's see, we've got, okay, this is interesting. The pink one, which is saccharin, not exactly what we want to go for. We've got Splenda, which we don't necessarily want to go for. This is going to be sucralose, which there's some studies that show that's not the best stuff. And then we have a stevia one. This is cool to see. There's one downside. Okay, the first ingredient is going to be dextrose. Okay, then cellulose powder, then natural flavors. Not the cleanest stevia, but you could at least be able to get some stevia. I think a small amount of this isn't going to hurt you. If you want to have some stevia in your coffee and you're thinking, oh, it's cheaper for me to go with the sucralose, it's cheaper for me to go with this, then I sincerely want you to think again, because I feel like this is going to be the better bet for you. You're still getting some of the trash in there, but stevia at the Dollar Tree. I mean, come on, $1. And I have 35 packets. It's going to last me, if I use 2 packets, almost 20 days, something like that. That is awesome. Okay, definitely something we want to keep going with. Let's take a look at some of their coffee. Yeah, they've got, good selection of coffee down there too. I'm not going to get any today because I don't really need any. I'm trying to chill on caffeine for a little bit, but let's see what else they have here in the condiment section. Just found a really cool secret find. Pickled asparagus is a double whammy. Okay, you get the probiotic effect because it's been pickled, but then you get the prebiotic effect because it's still asparagus fibers. This is great to put in an omelet or anything like that. $1. $1 for this. Now let's see what else they have. I'd go for the pickled asparagus over regular pickles. Don't be deceived by these bread and butter chips. If they say bread and butter, they're sweet. Second ingredient is sugar. Okay. Ooh, here's something interesting. Pesto. Let's see what we have here. Pesto can be super deceiving. Okay, it's not going to be made with olive oil, even if it says it is generally. Okay, so this says made with olive oil on the front, but I know upon looking at the ingredients, we have basil, sunflower oil, water, potato flakes, cashews, sugar, some cheese, extra virgin olive oil way down at the bottom. This is going to be an omega-6 bomb. I know it seems like it's a healthy keto treat, but I would not get it because it is going to be so powerfully negative in even a small teaspoon amount. It's just not worth it. So skip the pesto at Dollar Tree. Yep, water, soybean oil. I would just try to just find some regular olive oil or something. That's going to be a better route. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Look what I just found. Apple cider vinegar. Here's a fun fact on apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, because of the acetic acid, it activates something called AMP kinase, okay? Adenosine monophosphate kinase, okay? Now what AMP kinase does is it puts you deeper into a fasted state, but it also puts you deeper into ketosis. So this is a really cool stuff. This is good because it doesn't have any sweetener. It's just straight up apple cider vinegar. So if you do intermittent fasting, you could have this in the morning and be totally fine. I also recommend you start your day with some of this and a little bit of lemon juice. $1. Again, you're gonna pay $4 for it at like Whole Foods. It's totally awesome. Okay. Might be able to find some good oil here, which we did. Okay, now we have one big problem here. This is, it's refined. I wish we had unrefined. Refined coconut oil is actually, you're worse off getting refined coconut oil than you are just not getting it all together. So unfortunately, even though it's $1, it's refined. This is very important. The studies that demonstrate that coconut oil is bad for you all use refined. But when you look at some of these other JAMA studies and some of these journal nutrition studies, you find that unrefined coconut oil is largely different than refined. Huge, huge difference. So I don't see much else in the way of like coconut oils that would work. And again, when it comes down to like mayonnaise and stuff like that, you're looking first ingredient soybean oil. You're better off to get a couple of these things at like Target or another maybe somewhat discount store that's going to have them with avocado oil. So I would pass on that and lean into a little bit more of just the different kind of oils. So don't get the coconut oil, don't get the mayonnaise. We'd be hard pressed to find something here. Might get lucky and find some pork rinds or something though. Cheese curls, doubt these are regular. Oh yeah, no way. Let's see, pork rinds, any pork rinds? Unfortunately, I don't see pork rinds. Well, how about that? All I had to do was turn around. Check this out. Did find the pork rinds. We got regular, barbecue, and hot. Let's see what the difference is here. Okay, so the regular is just pork rinds and salt. That's exactly what we're after. Then when we go to the barbecue flavor, check this out. Pork rinds, salt, barbecue seasoning, which is, sugar, torula yeast, spices. Here's the big one, monosodium glutamate. All that does is trick your brain, lights up glutamine, or lights up the glutamate cycle so that you end up feeling like it tastes better, so you want to eat more. Same thing probably with the hot, ooh yeah, pork rinds, plus additional added lard, hot seasoning, monosodium glutamate, nope. But fun find for $1, straight up pork rinds and salt. When in doubt, simple is better. Okay, this is not a bad fat profile. Okay, a decent amount of monounsaturated fats in pork fat. So this ends up being a good one. Okay, if you just need the calories, look, we have enough food here to really sustain us on keto. Is it going to be perfect keto? No, but maybe you fell on hard times. Maybe you just need to save money for a couple weeks. This is the way to go, for sure. Definitely not a bad thing. So now we're looking more in the treats. Let's see what we have here. Freeze-dried strawberries. Hey, here's some fun stuff. We have nuts. What do we have here in the way of nuts? I found a really good little treat here. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is a nice blend of good nuts. Let me show you what's in it. This is cool. This is called a power blend. Okay, and it's salted walnuts, pistachios, does have peanuts, but it has filberts, which are hazelnuts, and almonds. Out of the omega-3 profile that you're going to find at Dollar Tree, this is going to be the way to go. They are roasted in vegetable oil, so that's a problem. Peanut, cottonseed, that's not good. But we're at the Dollar Tree. We're not going to find the perfect ones that are dry roasted. Let me see if there is anything dry roasted here. Let's see, we've got some regular almonds, roasted, salted. Let's see what they're roasted in. See, this one you get roasted almonds that are roasted in vegetable oil. So at least with this Imperial or this Power Blend, at least we have a little bit of the vegetable oil being counteracted by the walnuts that are high in the omega-3s. What about pistachios here? We got pistachios that are, oh, here we go, straight up pistachios and sea salt. Now, pistachios are the highest carb nut, but they are a pretty decent fat profile, and at least these are dry roasted. So if you're more concerned about the kind of fats you're getting in, I would opt for the pistachios here. And then you've got the ones that are still in the shells, but bang for the buck, we have 3/4 of an ounce there, or we have 1.25 ounces with the shell. I think you're gonna get more actual meat for the shelled ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab those because that's a really good bargain. $1 for that's not bad. You go to a gas station, that's gonna be $3 easy. Skip the cashews, you don't need those. A lot of this stuff is gonna have carbs added to it, so we don't need to get that. Flip around, see if there's anything here. Highly doubt it, but you never know. So it seems like the only thing we're really missing here is going to be the meat, like the good legitimate protein. And I've done plenty of videos that show that at Target, at Safeway, at Costco, or really just Walmart, you can get great meat choices. So between Dollar Tree and Walmart, I bet you could get your food for the entire week for under $30 and be totally set. Okay, so you could probably do $120 a month and still be eating relatively clean keto and not be doing damage to your body. In fact, I'll probably do another video that explains how to do keto for, like $200 a month or less. It's pretty easy, really, when you get down to it. Just don't believe all the stuff that's out there on the internet telling you it has to be a certain way. So I'm gonna go check out and get all this stuff. Let's see what it comes down to. Probably be about $20, $25 at the most, maybe. Did I seriously just get like a week's worth of groceries at the Dollar Tree for $20? $20.50? It's totally doable. I can't believe this. I even got some salmon, I even got some shrimp, I even got some things that are gonna make it so that I can have my protein. This is epic. Seriously, what the heck? So let's go ahead and let's just enjoy keto for what it is, clean and just effective. And then maybe we'll do some more videos where we really break it down budget style. Week's worth of food, $20. As always, keep it locked in here on my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that fun stuff. See you tomorrow.